Hey, courageous souls, and welcome to this week's blog episode. And today we're going to talk about healthy relationships and those kinds of awesome things. So, do you want healthy relationships? I think you do. I think we all want healthy relationships. And you know what else? We need to have healthy relationships because connection is such a huge component of our lives. We are social people, and if we don't have social connection and healthy social connection, gosh, it's like we can die. I mean, babies die without love and touch and care. And I think we do too. Maybe not on a physical level, but we do spiritually and eventually physically. We see the effects of people that are lonely and isolated all the time. So in order to facilitate that great life and those great social relationships, we have to get the skills and set up our environment properly and get the mindset that we need in order to have healthy and authentic relationships that really fill a need for us. So if you are ready to do that, let's dive into today's content. How do we do it? Okay, so there's some things, first of all, I want to talk about that are going to stop you from having a healthy relationship. And the first thing is if you believe that you are crap at having relationships. I used to think that myself, and it's a work in progress. I still have to work on my skills and my mindset and my environment all the time. But I really used to struggle, and I was very isolated, and I'd put up emotional walls around myself, and I didn't let anybody in. And I did all kinds of other stuff that was counterproductive to having healthy relationships. And my life actually became very, very sad. So I don't want that for you because it is transformative when you've got awesome relationships like I do now. It's just so great to feel different about it every single day. So that's the first thing that will stop you, is that belief that you can't do it, because you can do it. So I want you to have an open mindset that you can learn how to have healthy relationships. Number two is if you compromise your values, and that happens when we get around certain people. Do you ever notice that when you get around certain people that you come out of the situation and you just don't feel like you were your best? We have to be really aware of who those people are and how to draw the line on interacting with them so that we don't compromise our values. Number three is if we have a negative environment, and that kind of goes hand in hand with who we don't behave well around. If we're surrounded by negative people all the time, or if we're in an environment where gossip is completely accepted, or if we're in an environment even where we can't share ourselves, where we feel like we always have to be somebody else, then this is going to be a big block. So having the right environment that's conducive to healthy relationships is absolutely essential. Okay, so what are some of the other keys? Well, first of all, you have to be clear about who you want to be in the relationship. How do you want to show up? So this is something I talk about over and over again, is choosing who you want to be and how you want to show up. So that's a super big key. The second is practicing the trust principles. Are you setting good boundaries? Are you being generous to other people? Are you not being judgmental? These are just some of the components of what makes up trust. And in order to have healthy relationships, of course, we have to have really good trust built between two people. Number three is we have to know our triggers. We have to know what situations will set us off, what feelings will set us off, what people will set us off from being able to engage in a healthy and functional way. So that's some of the steps that you're going to take to have some great relationships. And again, I just want to share that if I can do it, you can do it. I'd love to have a bigger conversation with you about myself and you and how you're doing your relationships, because it's a big passion of mine to help people really build a quality amount and whatever of connection in their life, because it's just so important for our well-being. So what you could do is, if you'd like, one of the tools I have for you, which isn't completely related to what I've talked to you about today, but it's another step in having good relationships, and that is how to have tough conversations. because those can be really difficult. You know, issues come up even in the most healthy and amazing relationships. Stuff comes up that we have to talk about. So I've created a cheat sheet for you that will help you move through those steps of how to approach the conversation. So you can get that at my website. If you go to glendabennett.com/tough-conversations, and you can get that download there totally for free. I think it'll really help you. It's a great little cheat sheet and worksheet for you. Secondly, if you haven't done so yet, join my Facebook group, Courageous Souls, where more tips and insights are shown, and where there's a community of people developing who want to have better connections. So I'd love to have you there. So go ahead and look that up on Facebook, Courageous Souls. And if you want to get the full article for this video, where I go into a little bit more in-depth stuff, go ahead and go to my website, glendabennett.com/blog, and you'll see the article there. All right, that's it. Have a wonderful day.